Hello, all you Supercoach enjoyers, and welcome to the round 14 final trades. You might be looking at this team and thinking, what's going on with this team at the moment? It looks weird. We're prepared for the buys, we're prepared for the upcoming round. I'm a little bit under the pump. This is 15 minutes till the bounce on Thursday, but there's a couple interesting things I want to go over. It's a very fun week for Supercoach, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Looking at the team sheets for this week, I know it's not the team sheet video anymore, but I still want to go into depth of important things. So McRae is back in, which is very important. I think over 30% of coaches have McRae still, which is a lot for the amount of time he was out. Sam Darcy is in. That could be a real point of difference later in the year, but something to watch. Henry Hoswaite in, and look where he's playing. In the middle. That is crazy. We held him for the whole year. Might be time for that to pay off. McGuinness and Warple out has left the door open for him to play some midfield time, which is brilliant. We got Finn Callahan playing again. That's great. I had him a couple weeks ago, but traded him because I knew he was going to be out for a while. Doesn't matter now. Bailey Smith out. In. Everyone loves to see that, even though everyone has already got him. Then we go to the Sunday teams. Nothing to really look at, but looks like Horn Francis should be in. There's no way he's named on the in and doesn't come in. And then we got Clay Hall, which is always named in. He's in my team. Tom Cole injured. There's a chance, but I'm not praying for it. I am praying for it, but I'm not expecting it. So we go to the team. Now you might be thinking, what the hell is Zach Butters doing in the flex? Now I love Zach Butters, and I need him, but my midfield is basically complete, and there's no one in there particularly that I want to kick out at their prices, especially. So I've opted to go for him in the flex spot, which is a bit limiting when it comes to my flexibility. I do value that when it comes to the flex spot. It is called that for a reason, but I think that this is something that I can do to something rogue to pay off for the rest of the year, because we need to pave our way for the finishing of the year. We're only at top 15,000, which is not where I want to be. I want to be up more. I spend way too much time on this to be in that position. But we do have every single player playing this week. There's not one that isn't playing. We do have a couple of duds like Kako and Carroll who are going to be expected 40s. Doesn't matter. They're still filling a spot. Who knows? Maybe Carroll has 18 touches down back and plays super well. Who knows? But we do have Shiesel in this midfield now. He was in the defense, but the plan is he's only here for this week because of the buys and Dacos Miller being out. Next week, or depending on what the buy structure looks like, he'll be swapped for Sard, and Sard will be moved to the bench. Dacos and Miller will be on for Sard and Huswaite. So that will work out perfectly fine. There'll be a couple other buys here, so maybe we can keep him in here for now. But the changes we've made this week are the final trades: Clark and Butters for Lindsay and Ashcroft. Now, Lindsay and Ashcroft have a break even of higher than 100, which is crazy, both of them. Lindsay, especially, you can definitely hold on to them. I'm not saying you have to move them this week. It's probably better because you're going to have more money to play for the rest of your moves for the year. There's not a whole lot of money on the table when it comes to rookies. But if you don't have a lot of players playing this week, you can hold on to Ashcroft and Lindsay for an extra week. They're both named. They will lose money, so that's why I'm selling now. It's not that high. Lindsay especially, he lost a lot of money after that 19, but he's going to lose more if you do hold him. But he will be playing, so you don't necessarily have to. It's what I'm doing, and that's the advice I give, is to move him on, but you can keep him if you really are dire on field this week. And then Butters we'll keep for the rest of the year. One of my favorite players, and Clark is great. Just come off the bye. Will be great for the rest of the year as well. He's one of the top 6 to 8 defenders, I'd say. We don't have a lot of the top 6 defenders. We've got Sinclair, Clark, and maybe Rosie might be in there for the rest of the year. Wangi Milira looking on the outside in, and Roberts is definitely not. We might have to do something with Roberts for the rest of the year, but for now, I'm happy with him keeping that D6 spot. So that means that with Sheasel back, we have finished our defense, including Roberts. Midfielders, we finished with Dacos and Miller on field. Rucks, Flynn I'm holding still until I can flip for either at the bye. Tom de Koning is someone I'm really looking at. His schedule for the rest of the year is great. Or Max Gorn if I have the money, which will be a a great option for me, but we'll get there when we get there. And then the forward spot is where I'm lacking right now. Zach Butters flex limits me when it comes to my moves for the rest of the year, but there's a couple things I want to do. A couple of players I've got chopped down. You are the guys I want down on my team. So Hewitt is going to make a lot of money, and he can be moved probably, depending on his score this week, at his bye for Horn Francis, who's going to lose money this week. Even if he plays, his break-even's 160. There's no chance he gets that off of an injury game. He'll lose some money, and he'll be really cheap. Excellent choice. I had him already, moved him, knowing I was going to probably be bringing him back in. And then another guy I've got my eye on is Chad Warner, who is also super cheap. Has the bye this week, so it means I can buy him next week, and he'll be playing for the rest of the year. Really cheap for the quality of player he is. He just needs that right role, and I think his run home is pretty good. Same as the Cats' run home is really good as well. And Carlton is another team that has a good run home. So those three teams are teams that you should look for the run home if that's what you look into. So that is what I'm planning for. Everything I still aligned for money-wise. Kako, just kick a bag, Kako. Earn some money. He's been stuck at this price for the whole year. Not expecting anything less or more than that. Flynn, I hope he just has another big game. He's versing De Koning at home, so who knows? Clay Hall, play a game, mate. Earn some money. So we can move. Huswaite playing is going to earn us some money. Carroll's looking to move this week, but he is playing, and his breaker is not egregious, so I'm going to keep him for another week. So there's a couple moves to be made, and I know what I'm doing. It's a little bit hard to explain what I'm doing on camera. It's all up in here. I know what I'm doing. I just want to update people of my final moves. I had 3 trades going before I did the final trades. It was a downgrade to Closey. Ted Closey, there's not much other options, and he got a 71, but he has been omitted for Bailey Smith, which is probably the right call. So no downgrade options. I can hopefully wait a couple weeks more and swap a Carroll for someone. If it goes to dire needs, we'll swap Carroll for like a basement price and just have the basement price on the bench for the rest of the year. I know that is something I've done in the past, and it has worked in my favor. So when we get there, we'll get there. But that's this week's moves. Very good week for all Supercoach players, I think, with all the ins. It should be exciting. And watch out to whoever I'm versing this week. The final captain options I have is Bontempelli tonight, under the roof at Marvel. He killed St. Kilda last time. He can do it again. Going into Jerry, the old faithful, he is versing Sean Darcy and Luke Jackson, a tandem ruck. But when it's just Jerry, he's a beast. He can do it all. I think that he's going to score well just by having a matchup against both of them. My other pick was Zach Butters at the Adelaide Oval on a Sunday Arvo, but I think that they'll put some time into him. Langdon will probably go to him, and he really kept Dacos quiet last week. He tried his best. He didn't have a lot of touches, and I feel like that's what happened to Butters as well this week. So Jerry is a better option, but I wanted to get Butters no matter what. All right, that is the final trades. There's a couple players annoying me. Rankin's really annoying me. Sarong is okay. And moving Merritt around, an All-Australian midfielder. What are you doing? Crazy. But there's some things that I want to delve into. Maybe I'll make a midweek video assessing each individual one of my players, a more in-depth video. These videos are very quick, and I want to get them out as quick as possible. So we'll have a look into it. I'll see what I can do. All right, I might do it at the end of the buys. Thank you for watching, and go the bloody power.